So now we have a fair idea of where all the G, A, B, C, D, E, F and G are on our fretboard. Now we'll take it to the next level. Now we'll be using intervals to get a better understanding of how the notes are distributed over the fretboard. We'll be concentrating on the major third, perfect fourth and perfect fifth interval. So we'll take the same example. We'll take the starting point as G. What's a major third from a G? It's actually G, A, B. So 1, 2, 3. So instead of playing the B note here, I'll be playing the B note here, which is on the 5th string, 2nd fret, along with the G. That's a major third interval. So if you notice, when I move to the next G, the major third interval stays the same. It's the same shape basically. So if this is my G, I very well know that this would be my B. Same shape. And move on to the next G, which is on 2nd string, 8th fret. This is again my B. So if you notice, it's easier to memorize notes using intervals as well. It's basically the same shape throughout the fretboard. That's the reason why your guitar is tuned to all perfect fourths. It's E, B, G, D, A, E, except for the 2nd and 3rd string. We'll get to that. Now just remember, this shape is a major third interval. If this is a G, the index finger is a B. Now we'll move on to the perfect fourth. Perfect fourth is pretty easy to remember because remember, if that is your root, then the perfect fourth is right below the root. That's a G, there's a C. G, A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, 4, so G, 4. And when you take the next octave G, the C would be right below G again. The same for the next octave too. Now we know that when we are basically improvising something here on the fretboard with starting with a G note, I know that this is my C, that's my B. It's easy to remember the notes. Same thing here. That's a C, that's a B. That's a C, that's B. Now let's move on to the perfect fifth interval. So take the G. The perfect fifth is G, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The D note. We'll be playing the G with the D. So this particular shape is my perfect fifth shape. When you move to the next octave G, my D would be here. Move to the next octave G, my D is there. It's basically the same shape. So now we have covered the fretboard a little bit more. Now whenever we play a G, I know where the B, C, D notes are. It's right below. That's my B, that's a C, it's a D, and this is G. It's the same shape on next G too. That's my G, you have B, C, D, and same shape here. So basically if you can cover more area on the fretboard between the open and the 12th fret, then it's very easy to remember the rest of the notes after the 12th fret because basically it will repeat itself again. Now why are we memorizing these patterns and notes on the fretboard is because same case we are improvising on a melody like that. What happens is when you play the same melody from the next octave, it would follow the same pattern. What I played here was G, F sharp, G, the D on the next string, string number 3. So if you notice the shape, it will actually repeat itself from the next octave, even on the first octave. And we've been playing the intervals in chords as well. See this, like I already mentioned, this is a major third interval, and this shape is what we use for a G major chord. So we know that if this is your G, then that's your B note there. And it's the same for C add 9 chord or the C major chord. You can see a major third interval here. The root is here, this is a C note, and this is a major third interval shape. So 1, 3, 5 of C is C, E, G. So we know that the root is here, which is a C. So this would be a E. Now the most important thing to remember is everything what we learned so far is not going to apply for the notes that you play between the 2nd and 3rd string. for the reason that I already mentioned, that it's a major third interval between second and third string. This is G, so it's G, A, B, major third interval. So when I'm playing a G here, my major third interval is this shape. But say in case I'm playing the G on the third string, which is here on the 12th fret, then I can't play the major third interval this way, because like I already mentioned, it's a major third interval, so I'll have to push all the notes one fret higher. So my major third interval would actually be right below the root, like a perfect fourth bar. This is a G, that's a B. So even when I'm playing the perfect fourth here, so I have my G, I have the perfect fourth right below the root, but it's not going to work between string number 3 and 2. If I have my G here, this is not my perfect fourth, it would actually be one fret higher. So this is my perfect fourth interval. So instead of playing it right below the root, it will actually be one fret higher. So apart from string number 3 and 2, the shapes are going to repeat itself on all the other octaves that you have on the fretboard. So make sure that you practice octaves, make it like a warm-up exercise to remember the notes on the fretboard. You can play So you can start with G, play the A, B, C, D, E octave, play the F octave here or there, it's all the same, and get back to G. So make sure that you play this as a warm-up exercise. Helps you memorize the notes on the fretboard.